popularly Agsoba, as the global body once again is rising to the occasion in celebrating the 116th Founders Day anniversary of the prestigious Abeokuta Grammar School. It is on this premise that our program this morning, Sunday Morning Live on FM, is beaming its torchlight on the topic All Student Association as drivers of educational development and improved infrastructure in Nigeria, celebrating Abeokuta Grammar School and its 116th Founders Day in the course of the program. So our guest this morning is the President General Agsoba, Chief Sunday Olurotimi Oduntan, who is already seated with me here in the studios and will be speaking on the week-long celebration that begins on Monday. He will currently be telling us activities of Agsoba in the development of the school as they have been joining hands with government in lifting the structure and the standard of education in that particular institution. Abeokuta Grammar School is our focus this morning in terms of alma mater and their plowing back activities to the school. Chief Sunday Rotimi, welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much. Good morning, fellow Nigerians. Thank you.
Well, let's look at the impact of alumni. You led a team that has been restructuring Abeograms over the last few years. The first I noticed was the fencing of the school. Can you tell us more of activities that have been happening under your leadership?
Thank you very much. Let me start by paying tribute to all previous President General of Agsoba since 1921. We are, of course, the first old organization in the history of Nigeria and indeed West Africa. So the first alumni ever was led by the late Reverend I.O. Rasankuchi, Israel Oludotun Rasankuchi, who became our first global president in the year 1921. And we have had 6 other leaders after him, making me the number 8 President General in the year 2021. So what we are trying to do as a team, and it's not just me, it's not about me, it's actually about the team, the global executives, with the cooperation of the president of all the 5 branches that we have. We have Abeokuta branch, Lagos branch, Ibadan branch, United Kingdom and Ireland branch, then the North America branch, which is USA and Canada. A former president of North America branch is there with me in the studio. So what we do is that we try to build on their achievement. Our school started at Ibeyi. As people know, they still call that place grammar school.
Yes.
And the foundation of that school was laid in 1908, July 1908 precisely. The person who carried the foundation laying stone was the then Alake of Egbaland, the grandfather of the current Alake, Oba Gbadebo, that day, that time. And we had in attendance all sectional chiefs of Egbaland, all the other Obas in Egbaland. The Balogun of Egbaland in those as at that time, that year, was Chief Abuaba, also of Ibeyin. If you go to Abe Grammar School, the road opposite the grammar school, the first compound on your left, that's the Abuaba compound. These were the people who came together. The chief imam was there, all the chief of everybody from Ibara, all the Owu, Bagbura, they were all there, and they did it together. And then that was how we started at a school funded by the CMS, but for the community. Both Christians and Muslims attended our school. The first registered student was the late Reverend Israel Oludotun Rasankuchi. That's why we call him Daudu. And it started at a boys' school. Along the line, a young lady, brilliant lady came along. His name was Fumilayo Thomas. She was the first registered female. That's why we call her Bere. Fumilayo Thomas later got married to Dr. Rasankuchi, and she became Mrs. Fumilayo Rasankuchi. And they had 4 children. The first one, Mrs. Dolupo Ogundipe. Auntie Dolu, a nurse at Abe Grammar School. Second born, later Professor Oliswe Rasankuchi, who became a minister, attended the school. Third born, Olufela Kuti, who later became Fela Anikulapo Kuti, attended the school and left in 1956. The last born, who later became a medical doctor, Dr. Beck Kuti, also attended the school. It is very worthy to know that both Fela and Beko was given double promotion along the line. So Beko and Fela ended up being the same class, and some of their classmates are still alive. They left in 1956. The senior prefect for that year was a young man who later became a medical doctor, who today is a first-class traditional ruler, Oba Adedapo Tejosho Oshile Okeonegba.
So it is a product of the school.
Oshile is a product of my school and the senior prefect of my school in 1956. And of course, we have Chief Dojadolu, who is very much around, who is 91 years old now, also from that set of 1956. And so each and every set in my school have played a lot of roles over the years, long before people like me, long before I was born. And what we met in the school is this culture of service to the humanity, giving back to our school. So when our school was moved to Idiaba around 1967, before then, our elders purchased vast land at Idiaba and what was then known as Olokuta village. And this they did between 1957 and 1968. By 1972, they got all the documentation from the Western region properly documented. The lawyer for the school that time was a lawyer called Barrister Olabi Kolawole, who later became a judge of the Court of Appeal, Honorable Justice Olabi Kolawole OFR, now late of blessed memory, who also became our President General from the year 2000 to 2005. So we had this culture of giving back. So for all of us, we the juniors, who I'm in my 60s now, but we met this when we entered the school, so we had to continue with the tradition. But for Agsoba, Abẹ́òkúta Grammar School will not be what it is today. There's no way we can have the progress that we have today. And I can say as a matter of fact that the structures in my school, 98% of what you see there today were built by the old boys. Be it the stadium, be it the administrative block, be it the sports court, be it the Agsoba hall, so many of the classrooms were constructed by the old boys. So I came on board in 2021, and I decided that for safety and 2021, and I decided that for safety and security, there's a need for us to fence our perimeter. And by the time we called on the Ogun State Government Bureau of Land, they came to take the beacons and determine the perimeter. They confirmed the survey plan that we had since 1968 and 1972. And once they did that, we then realized that a lot of people have built on our land illegally, massive encroachment. We are now in court. And because we have a lot of things that we want to do, we have decided that that land, we'll take it back. No apologies to anybody. The high and the mighty who built mansions there, they know they have to relocate. That fight is on, and will never relent. Even beyond me, we have over 65,000 active old boys of Abẹ́òkúta Grammar School scattered all over the world. There's no continent of the world where we don't have Agsoba, and we're all together in everything that we try to do to develop our school. So that's how we started the perimeter fencing. That time, when block was still 250 naira, we were able to spend over 100 million to do the fencing. We have not completed it. We are now at the area where some people with their legal mindset decided to build their mansions. But because we are in court and we are law-abiding citizens, as long as we dispense with the case, we shall continue to enclose the perimeter to ensure safety for our students. That's the primary reason why we're even doing the fencing. But nevertheless, I would say that for those of us who attended the school, we are very lucky to have been able to get the right mentoring from our old boys. One of them, of course, was celebrated yesterday, Professor Yinka. A lot of people did not know that he actually started from our school. Yes, Professor Yinka is an Agsoba, and when he was about turning 90, he sent us a message that he would like us to bring 250 students of our school in uniform to cultural center, which we did yesterday on his birthday. And he wanted old boys to turn up, and of course our students to participate both in exhibition, poetry, play, and some other things. We did yesterday to honor him. And I said yesterday with pride that for some reasons, our old boys, the majority of our old boys always live to a very old age. Late last year, we celebrated Agsoba Senator Kunle Oyero when he turned 100, one of us. He passed just a few weeks ago. Right now, we still have another of his classmates, Agsoba Baba Kimbami. He lives in Ibarra, Kileo here. He'll be 100 in September. So we're waiting again to celebrate Baba Kimbami. We have in Lagos Baba Ogunbode, who is 96. We have Agsoba Chief Olatunde Abudu, the Maigun of Egbaland, the doyen of industrialization of Egbaland, who is 95 years old. He's an old boy of my school. He attended my school from 1945 to 1949. We have, of course, Dr. Akin Majekodunmi, a former chief medical director of General Hospital here in Abeokuta. And of course, you remember him when you remember Ayinla Omowura. The day Ayinla Omowura died, he was the one that performed the last surgery before Ayinla Omowura gave up. Dr. Akin Majekodunmi is very much alive. He's over 92 now here in Abeokuta. We have Baba Agsoba Shofoluke. He lives in Ashero Estate, Shofoluke Senior. We have two respectable Shofolukes. I think both of them were former PAMSECs, very top ranking people in the civil service in those days. Baba Shofoluke Senior is about 93 years old now. We have Baba Dojadiwo, like I said, who is 91. And of course, their younger brother, Wole Soyinka, turned 90 yesterday.
The youngest among them.
Yes, so far. So that's the glorious thing about our school. And we thank God that at least we have these leaders who have gone ahead of us to prepare the way for us. And we owe them a duty to ensure that Abeokuta School remain in the forefront. When you talk about academic performance, our school is known for academics, game, agriculture, and music. In all of these four areas, we excel. We have produced first-class musicians known all over the world in the name of Fela Adekunle Kuti. But we even have musical tutors, superstar musicologists like Baba Dedeke. A lot of people know about him. We have produced, after Fela, now young boys came up. There's a boy called Anidube. People know him as Kiss Daniel. Usam Buga. Oh yes, that's one of my old boys. And after Kiss Daniel, another young boy also left our school in 2010. They call him Adefola is the surname, but his name is known as Fireboy. If you Google Fireboy, that's an old boy of my school. That is music. If you talk about medicine, a lot of people, maybe younger people may not remember, there's a Dr. Koye Majekodunmi of St. Nicholas. Of course, the Majekodunmi family have so many doctors among them. And of course, Professor Oyekole Kuti is the doyen of primary health center in this country. And he has done so much. And we have so many of them. Right now, as I speak, we have a group of 15 medical consultants who constitute what we know as Agsoba Global Medical Group. That group, I created it for them to be taking care of our members who may have medical challenges. Our school goalkeeper in 1974, Senior Shike Igbuna, who is in a director of sport at OAU, Ile-Ife, had his legs amputated recently, and Agsoba Global stepped in. Not only did we restructure his house at Ife by creating disabled access, creating a room downstairs, making sure that he has, and then this group of medical doctors who are all Agsobas, we provided money that ran into millions to got him a prosthesis. Now he's working. We have series of other members like that whose cases are being looked at. One of our, Dr. Showole, is known in Abeokuta. He has an hospital called Access Hospital along Abiola Way. He was one of the chief medical director of Sacred House Hospital. I can go on and on medical doctor.
Okay.
In terms of royalty, we produce an Oni of Ife. Oba Okunade Shujade is an Agsoba. There was an Olu of Ilaro, Oba Adekanbi Tella is an Agsoba. There is a particular traditional ruler in the southeast now. He left our school in 1982. It's an Agsoba. Of course, Oba Dr. Adewale Adedapo Tejusho is an Agsoba. The Olowo of Owu today, Professor Sakama Temilola, left our school in 1980. It's an Agsoba. So that's for reality. And of course, as I always say, when you see a person doing well, who has achieved so much, is either he's a son or daughter of an Agsoba, or is married to an Agsoba, or he has befriended an Agsoba, or he has done something with an Agsoba.
Should I go ahead
The
and
current
maintain an
Alake
Agsoba?
and primary ruler of Egbaland, his father is an Agsoba. So an Agsoba product will always do well. That's why the Alake is doing well. I can go on and on all of
Chief
this.
Oduntan, should I go ahead and date an Agsoba?
Please do. If you do that, you just notice an immediate progress in your
Progression.
life. You will do well in life if you have anything to do with an Agsoba. It's an advice, though. Or you send your children to Abelta Grammar School. They will impart on you.
My son is an Agsoba.
You see now, that's why you are doing well. That's what I mean.
Thank you so much, sir. Let's look at you mentioned sports that you do well in games.
Oh.
And one of your members,
Yes.
Chief Langbejo, what is happening to the stadium?
The stadium is currently being renovated.
Okay.
We started thanks to him when Baba Langbejo was our President General. Let me go back. Among the first set of SANs in Nigeria, the first 5, we had an old boy, 2 old boys among them. But one of them, Agsoba Olisa Shukura, he was a well-known footballer. I think he represented Nigeria in England in 1948.
1949 November.
1949, thank you. Olisa Shukura is an Agsoba from Asaba. Now, like I said, our school is known for sport. Mayekodu means, and we have produced a Mamula Deka, Iron Leg, series and series and series. And of course, you remember the late Olu Parakoye of Egbaland, Agsoba Kashima Wulaloko. It's an old boy of my school. He even taught as a sports master again in the same school. Now, the stadium was commissioned in 2008 to mark the 100 years of Abelta Grammar School. And as I speak now, the place is being renovated. A lot of the work has been done. As we start our Founders Day on Monday, that's one of the things that we are focusing on. So we are actually doing maintenance of our infrastructure. We are doing renovation of a lot of our buildings, and we are putting up new ones. Professor Wole Soyinka has initiated the building of another ultra-modern library and resource center that will be domiciled within Abelta Grammar School. And you know, anything to do with Soyinka is always a global thing. It will be first of its kind, and it is something that we're looking forward to. So we'll do all the maintenance to ensure that there is that standard. What is known as Abelta Grammar School, we are known for a very high standard, and we'll continue in that way.
Okay, Chief, let's look at the events lined up for the week-long activity.
Yes, so we're starting off on Monday. We are launching our Abelta Grammar School website, www.agsoba.org. www.agsoba.org. It's already live. You can just go on the internet and search for agsoba.org. www.agsoba.org. So we are kicking off the Founders Day with the launching of our website on Monday, and then after that we also plan to visit the elderly Agsoba, both in Lagos, Abeokuta, and Ibadan. Like I said, we have so many old members, and we want to visit them as we do every year. So we are going to do that as part of the Founders Day program. That will be done on Monday after the press conference, after the launching of our website. We are going to at 3:00 in Agsoba Hall. They are going to stage a drama, Olokwenshi, Death and the King's Horseman by Professor Wole Soyinka, commemorating Professor 90th birthday. That's what we're going to do on Monday. On Tuesday, that's the visit to the elderly that I just said. Then on Wednesday, the 17th, in the morning, there's going to be an anniversary lecture to be delivered by one of our old boys, my own classmate, Professor Tunde Kehinde, the current Vice Chancellor of Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. Our school is known for producing, we have produced about more than 15 Vice Chancellors. Professor Kehinde Shola, Ezekiel Asomi, Fatiu Akisode, all over the country. Right now, the Vice Chancellor of the Open University, Professor Femi Peters, is an over of my school, 1968 to 1972. And of course, Professor Kehinde, Tunde Kehinde of FUNAB, 1976 to 81 said, will deliver a lecture in the morning. After that, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. After that, we will have a medical mission. A lot of our medical personnel are coming to do medical tests and assisting our members.
Like outreach.
Yes, medical outreach. Thank you. That's still on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, we are going to commission another hall in the school. We call it Agsoba Food Court. That's Agsoba 7984 Hall. That hall has a conference room, meeting room, dining hall, places where people can sit and eat, and so on and so forth. That hall is completed, over 100 million naira spent on it. They started after the Founders Day last year, and that's what we do. Clubs, which is set, who want to have a particular anniversary, like 30 years.
Yes.
Okay, 1984 set, 1984 set, they came together to mark their 30 years of leaving the school. That's what they've done. And we have series of others. We have those who are doing solar panel. We have those who are planning to do a bridge against next year. We did the same thing last year. So we are doing that, commissioning of that by Kabiyesi Oba Adedapo Tejusi Oshile Okeonegba and Kabiyesi the Oluwo of Owu, both of them Agsoba, on Wednesday. On Thursday, we are going to have valedictory service and what we call to Agsoba. Our own call to Agsoba is just like call to bar.
Okay.
You have to be formally received and called to Agsoba for you to wear this cap you see on my head. This is what we do, this is what we met, and we're doing that on Thursday. And then we value our staff. If you know a teacher about a grammar school, ask him or her what makes us different from other schools is that we have almost 7,000 students, which is a lot. A teacher there has to work very hard, which is known. The principals of our school are always superstars. The principal of the senior school, M. Oshoyola, the principal of junior school, Mr. Fality, these two men have made us proud. And we are going to have what we call staff appreciation dinner. We do that every year. We bring together teaching and non-teaching staff, and there's so many of them, almost 300 of them. We come together with them, give them a dinner, we talk, we interact, then we give them gifts, token gifts. So we're doing that again.
Is that to enhance their performance?
Is to appreciate them. That's why I call it staff appreciation night.
Okay.
To also motivate them and encourage them and to let them know that we do appreciate what they do. Because we provide infrastructure, we provide financial assistance. Because government is not able to give us enough subvention. And it's difficult for government to do everything. So we are partnering with the government to ensure that we provide all of these things. So we are doing that on Thursday. On Friday, in the morning, we do sports, indoor games, and aerobic exercise. Then by 1 p.m., we go to the Central Mosque Kobiti for the Juma service. And in the evening, we start early at about 4 p.m. We're going to have variety nights and we're going to do presentation of Ionian Awards. So every year, we all come together socially. We call it meet and greet evening. Some people call it suya night, where we eat and drink in preparation for the annual general meeting that will take place on Saturday. Saturday is about the most important day, where we sit down, look at our laws, see what we have achieved, what we want to achieve. And of course, by next year, we're going to have an election that takes place on Saturday morning normally. So this Saturday, the Friday of 19th of July, we do the variety night. Then the Ionian group of schools always give award to deserving old students. So that is the night when we will present the ones that were won by our own old boys. on the 19th. So Saturday, annual general meeting in the morning at 10 a.m. Then we do project commissioning immediately. We commission various projects. We have a very competitive kind of scenario where different clubs do different projects. Then in the evening, on the 20th of July, we have the dinner and award night. Again, that will start at 7 p.m. Our dinner and award night is an occasion that brings together our old boys. This year, we are honoring about 6 old boys, beginning with the current Minister of State for Environment, Dr. Kunle Salako, who was a former commissioner in Ogun State.
Yes.
He was junior and an old boy of my school, 1980 to 85. He's going to be honored on that day. The current INEC commissioner in Ekiti State, Dr. Bumiyomoshe Indemi, my senior, is the president of club 7378 7377, January 1973 to 1977, because 1973 had two different, if you remember, that was when the government changed from January to December, the school calendar, to September to June. So Dr. Bumoshe Indemi honored on that day. Then arguably the youngest son in Ogun State, the current Ogun State Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General, Barrister Shina Ogungbade SAN, will be honored on that day. And of course, most importantly, Egunlati Gbeyigbale, Professor Saka Matemilola, the Olowu of Owu Kingdom, is also going to be honored with the highest award of our school on that day. So that's what we're going to do on Saturday night, with a host of others that are going to be giving award for their selfless service to Abeokuta Grammar School. That's what we're doing on Saturday. So the last program will be on Sunday. Okay. Our school was funded by the CMS, Anglican Church, and of course we have produced so many Bishop J.S. Adeniyi, for those who remember, so many other clergymen like Baba Olomodosi, and a lot of them that are still alive. The current Bishop of Egba Diocese, Dr. Bishop Daisy Adekunle, is also one of us. So we are all going to Ake to celebrate this Founders Day on Sunday. Then we will all come back to the school to what we call pep talk. One of the awardees of Saturday will address the students to motivate them. He will tell them how he has gotten to where he is in life and what they can do to also make it in life. That's how we're going to wrap up the Founders Day of this year. Thank you.
It's Sunday morning live on FM in the studios of OGBC 90.5. I've had the pleasure of talking to Chief Sunday Olurotimi Oduntan, the President General Agsoba, who has been telling us reeling out events that will be followed religiously for this year's celebration. Well, at this point, we've got to allow those who are following. The line has been blinking for the past 10 minutes. And there's somebody who is on our Facebook, Bankole Samuel Olubayo. He said, Agsoba is Abeokuta Grammar School Old Boys Association. Where is the place of the opposite gender? You are going to answer that one. Because as we speak today, we now have boys and girls in Agsoba.
Not today. I said we have admitted a girl into the school more than 90 years ago. So, which means we had Miss Funmilayo Thomas, who later became Mrs. Funmilayo Rasunkuchi. But our own school, we are all regarded as boys. So anybody talking about gender should know which is our time, and we don't even have time for those petty things. We do not degrade or reduce our women. Abeokuta Grammar School old girls are as strong, as progressive, as brilliant as the boys. So we are one. So we are Old Boys Association, Agsoba. We are not Agsosa. We are not so people, and even in our constitution, right there from 1921, it starts with that paragraph. The fourth paragraph of our constitution says, Agsoba, whenever we refer to it, refer to both male and female. And our females are very proud. Judges are not known as her lordship.
It's lordship.
Yes. Yeah. So right. In the army, you don't say her general. A general in the army is a general. whether male or female. So the gender advocate
Issue.
should please take note.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. This program can be followed on our Facebook page, as we have had the first respondent on Facebook, Ogun Radio Abeokuta, and our YouTube too, Ogun Radio Abeokuta. You can find us there. 003 437 9453. Good morning to you. Are you an Agsoba?
Yes, sir. It is high time for the students to visit their various schools since the government cannot fund education. So I'm begging all past students to be God help us. Thank you.
Okay. He's appealing to all other members to join.
Yes.
That's a very good one. 0803 437 9453. Hello, good morning, sir. Thanks for calling this morning. Can you please speak louder? Okay.
Good morning, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
I was so happy here. What was I said to her, why? Because my own father also was an Agsoba.
Wow. Yes.
Now, on the new we are discussing this month, the global trade, this one has favored and was what was back. In Linda, about the story of the Baja, to pass through the school, especially primary and secondary, and eventually the consequence of this school is very. Therefore, it is better to give us society by assisting to improve performance, especially in the area of infrastructural development. This government cannot think alone. Look at all you have mentioned in that country that there are never I just put in view of this, I want to use this golden opportunity for all of the president leaders. This group out of public funds they have put to improve their former alma mater instead of taking the money to their foreign bank account. Where the money will not be. The basic philosophy behind an Agsoba education is the development of their former food. So, Nigerian education sector is a very important in order to move this project forward. And I want to believe that this policy is in line with global best practice. So, Nigeria will excel. I want to thank you very much for this.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much,
Mr.
sir.
Ajay. Let's add a few more. Then you respond, sir. 0803 437 9453. 0815 032 Can you please reduce the volume of your radio? Good morning, sir.
This is Angela Popo calling from Abate. In fact, I was used to listen to this West lecture, or let me take West Map. You've done well and we learn it up. Let me make a client call to our union. You should heavily help us after them. You've contributed a lot and immensely. When you find our youth nowadays, you find them, you don't think of plan for the future. You just want to get rich at any Yes, I did. Now, the use of sleeping is humanity. Look at the profile of Dada, so encouraging, and we should continue to study this. Now, when you see youth, you be playing with phone, not willing to do anything. In fact, they are in majority. Now, I want to call on them to emulate this and further. Thank you, Alajari, for confirming.
Thank you. That's another important point. They should follow the footsteps of these ex students so that they can move the society forward positively. Good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
Thanks for calling, sir, this morning.
I am down to say, my delight, when they don't ask me if I'm an Agsoba, I am not.
I will not ask you, sir. Well, I expect you to have attended school in Ijebubo. Adam Olusi. Oh, that's lovely. In Abeokuta here.
Yes.
Oh, that's laughing wide area. Thank you, sir. Let's have more about sir.
I congratulate the Agsobas.
Thank you, sir.
The research person this morning ruled out a series of achievements in the provision of infrastructure. I want to add that all students, as they produce the quintessential Agsobas. So, the other juniors in the school, present up to the present one, will be looking at these people as achievers and make them their mentors. So they want to be like them. The school has achieved a lot, including out the cookies, obas, everything like that. Congratulations once more.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chief Ayola Oduntan from Ijebubo. He said he attended St. Louis College. That should have passed him. He was an Agsoba. Okay, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Go ahead, sir. Good morning, sir.
Okay, I want to, I'd like to little bit my name.
Okay.
I want to congratulate Agsoba.
Thank you, sir.
Two things. One, for their birthday, annual something to one.
Founders Day.
For doing Founders Day, for doing a good example for the other Agsoba in this Abeokuta and Nigeria as one. Because I did nothing they are very good example. Others Agsobas are following it. So that is the point. So I want to thank them for it. But I want them to do things in areas of government. Number one, the government in this area, the educational policy, we need to follow it very well. Because most of the schools, we go there are so many underage. And this thing was by the educated ones too. It is educated one. And not these nursery schools that are coming out. So I want the Agsoba to work on that because that area too that one affect is we don't have enough teachers in the schools in State now because we don't have enough. The population is just too much for them. I want Agsoba to help us to work on that area from the government, and the government doesn't allow the parent to contribute. They don't want the parents to contribute. Only the Agsobas are doing it, they allow the Agsoba. So I want the Agsoba state to, on behalf of all Agsobas in the state, so I want you to help us in that area with the government. That's commission this morning.
Thank you so much, Alaji, for calling this morning. Okay, Chief Auditor, respond to the first set of calls.
Okay. I will start from the last caller. Thank you very much, sir. Alaji
Omitogu.
Yes. I would like to, we made this appeal 2 years ago. Let me repeat it again to Governor Dapo Abiodun. The good thing is that from the governor down to everybody else, they all went to secondary schools. In fact, the current commissioner for education was my senior at Ijebu-Ode, a very good man, Professor Abayomi Aribabu. Please, it is time for us to allow parents to contribute to the education of their kids. I understand the government stance, which is that It is also not good to make it too compulsory, especially for those who are not able
to pay.
Those who cannot afford. But there is no parent in Nigeria, Mr. Governor, who cannot afford 500 naira in 3 months. They all buy a Richard card. Let us take politics out of educational programs or policy. Politics should be separated from. There's no way you govern anywhere where you will not have to step on toes. And by the way, while I commend the government for all the various things they are doing, on coming to OGBC in Ogun State GRA, Abeokuta Ibara GRA, it is very, very embarrassing to see the road leading to OGBC, funded by our founding fathers, that a small portion of Ogun State, whether it's Minister of Works or Ogroma, whatever they call it, cannot simply just maintain that small road. This should not be about politics. I do not believe that we have a government of Ogun State that cannot do simple roads to OGBC, maintain that small road. It should not be about politics. I do not believe that we have a government of Ogun State